Hello, my name is Ben Lovegrove, and in this video I'm going to express some thoughts on 3 items of news that have made headlines in the past week or so. The first is the news that the US Navy has confirmed the existence of UFOs. Now, before you dismiss this as the ramblings of a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist, hear me out. You may have missed this story because it hasn't had the impact you would expect of such a revelation. It's had more coverage in the USA than here in the UK, where it has been ignored or overlooked. You may have noticed that we Britons are somewhat preoccupied by the ongoing arguments about a thing called Brexit. At the moment, the European Union seems a bit like the Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Brexit occupies so much airtime that even a full-scale landing of extraterrestrial craft in Hyde Park would probably be shunted to the "meanwhile in other news" slot. However, those of us who've been keeping an eye on the whole UFO phenomena are pleased to see that the US Navy has at last admitted what we already knew. That is the fact that their elite aircrews were, on several occasions, alerted to the presence of UFOs and subsequently chased unidentified flying objects for some considerable time. Not only did they visually confirm the phenomena and chase them, but they also filmed them, and footage of the objects was caught on infrared cameras. Some of this footage was subsequently leaked, or carefully released, to the media, and this footage became the catalyst for a whole new wave of investigation, interviewing, and documentary filmmaking. The US Navy has admitted that the videos are real and do show unexplained aerial phenomena for which they have no explanation so far. For more details on this, I recommend you visit Richard Dolan's YouTube channel and watch US Navy Validates UFO videos. The US Navy prefers to call them Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, or UAPs. We can only speculate as to why, but it's probably something to do with the amount of taboo associated with the term UFOs. It's all down to the nuances conveyed within any given statement. It's one thing to say, "Yep, our pilots have been chasing UFOs." And it's another thing to say, "We are investigating reports of unidentified aerial phenomena in our airspace." This announcement comes a few months after the US Navy published revised guidelines for pilots for the reporting of unidentified aerial phenomena, a subject I covered in a previous video. In the civilian world, some of this current wave of investigation is being led by the To the Stars Academy, an investigative team formed by the former frontman of the 1990s Californian rock band Blink-182, Tom DeLonge. He has assembled a team made up of experts, each with a long and impressive track record in their own particular field. Go to tothestarsacademy.com and read the descriptions of each team member and you'll see what I mean. When your team includes former operations officers from the CIA and Lockheed Martin, 2 expert scientists, one of whom has over 50 years of experience, and a career intelligence officer who used to run the US Department of Defense ATIP department, you're dealing with people who mean business. Meanwhile, the second item of news is that Professor Michio Kaku, the renowned astrophysicist, has said that the burden of proof regarding the reality of extraterrestrial technology has shifted. Previously, the burden of proof was on witnesses and investigators to prove the phenomena they described is of extraterrestrial origin. Now, Kaku asserts, it's up to governments and the military to prove they are not. The UFOs or UAPs witnessed by US Navy pilots were either hypersonic drones of terrestrial origin, or they were technology from another planet. Given the speeds and maneuverability that the craft displayed, they are able to operate outside currently understood laws of physics. The third item of news in the past week is the announcement by NASA that water vapor has been identified within the atmosphere of one of the growing number of exoplanets being discovered by telescopes in orbit around our planet. This news is evidence that supports the theory that life may exist on other worlds, and if it does, then it may have evolved millions of years before life on Earth. those other civilizations may have passed through the stage humankind is at now thousands of years ago. In other words, they are way ahead of us. So once again we have to ask the question, are there one or more extraterrestrial civilizations currently visiting Earth, either using drones and probes or in person? For ufologists, that's the wrong question. For many the answer would be yes, but they've been doing so for decades, and what is more, ETs live and walk among us, with each race possessing its own agenda for being here on our planet. In summary then, the US Navy encourages its personnel to come forward with reports of UAPs and admits that footage from close encounters is real. A growing number of scientists are changing from scathing skeptics to open-minded investigators. And NASA is discovering more and more habitable worlds. In a previous video I suggested that disclosure is a process, not an event. 2019 may go down in history as a year marking a spike in disclosure, leaving us wondering what will happen next. It may be that the acceptance of the reality of extraterrestrial intelligences here on Earth will creep up on us, and one morning, while making the coffee, we'll hear some news about ETs and just get on with our day without giving it much further thought. Or maybe not. One thing we do need is a change in attitude in the media. Playing the X-Files or the Twilight Zone theme music isn't funny anymore. It never was. We need serious investigative journalists to treat the subject and the witnesses with the respect that it and they deserve. What do you think of recent events? Post a comment below with your thoughts. Give this video a like and share it with others who might be interested in these topics. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on this subject.